Hello, viewers! The first ever Redbull World Doodle Art Champion 2014 is here with us for our fifth episode of the Mic Session. Shantanu Hazarika, the person behind some of the famous illustrations, is ready to have a radiant talk with inspiring words. So let's get started. So, Mr. Shantanu Hazarika,
Hi.
hi, I am Henrietta from Team Inspiring Words, and welcome from the entire team.
Thank you for having me. Thank you for
Yeah.
having me.
Let's talk from your childhood.
All right.
Okay. So, what are the things that mainly attracted you in your childhood?
Yeah. So, like growing up, I would say my inspiration would be mostly like cartoons.
Oh, okay.
I like it has to be that because that's for me that was the first introduction to something which was creative and like visually creative.
Yeah, obviously. Wow.
And because of which, like, I was really fascinated by cartoons and like whatever that came on DD, Doordarshan, DD Metro,
Yeah.
and yeah. So there was. The old amazing Spider-Man was there,
Oh,
and
yes.
then then a lot of other
Stuff
cartoons.
like, stuff like Mowgli. Right?
Yes, Jungle
Then,
Book, yes.
then there were Pingu, if you remember.
Yeah, okay, that was way later. I
Yeah, that
think we
was
have to go to
obviously later,
Cartoon
yes.
Network for that.
Baby
But
Looney Tunes.
these are all Cartoon Network.
Oh yeah, these are Cartoon Network. Yeah, definitely.
But even those were part of it. But mostly as a child, I was really fascinated with superheroes.
Oh, okay.
And like Spider-Man and He-Man was there.
Okay.
And yeah, and whatever I used to watch, I would want to like recreate or draw.
Wow.
So in a way, that was my first attempt at drawing. You can say like drawing figures and like cartoon characters and stuff, which was really not that creative.
Caricature, I guess.
Yeah, sort of, and I was really bad at it.
Oh my God.
I was really bad at it.
Coming this from you, okay, unimaginable, but wow.
Come on, we gotta start at some point,
definitely,
right?
Definitely.
Nobody is good at something in the beginning.
Yeah.
And so then you're like perfectly lucky.
Yeah. And were you into the comics as well? Like
yes. So later on, remember we have all the bookstores in Pan Bazaar.
Definitely.
So hello?
Yeah, hello?
Yeah, so I used to, like, my father used to take me there, and he saw that I had a keen interest in this art as a whole.
Okay.
So I used to go to all the bookstores in Pan Bazaar, and I used to buy all those art books, like the coloring books. Along with them, I used to get whatever comic books I can get my hands on.
Okay.
So I didn't know like which comic was what was I buying. Whatever cover seemed fascinating, I would buy that.
Wow.
I would get that. So
the more attractive it is, the more you are.
Yeah, exactly. So the visually, it should be like the visually appealing covers. Like I used to go for them. Like I really didn't know what was inside it and like what's the comic book on, who's the superhero or whatever. But then and then what happened is I used to like get all sorts of comics, like few comic books which were like never there. Like I didn't even know the superheroes existed, like Spawn. Then there was like, because most of the stores in Pan Bazaar stores sold some of the old second-hand comic books also. So I used to buy all of those, come home, like I wonder like what is this? I just make a vague story out of nowhere.
Yeah.
And then I would try to recreate all the sketches from the comic books. And I would say these two things were like cartoons and comic books would be like the most inspiring thing growing up for me.
Okay. Moving forward,
All right.
how did you get into art? Okay, we already got that answer. So this was your first, I think, step towards the, this was one of your stepping stones, I guess.
Yeah. But I never thought that this art would be something like a job or maybe
Yeah, you
something
would
as a
be taking
career.
it as a, bread
Yeah,
or, for
I
your
would
bread and
just do
butter.
it because I like doing it, and I would never pay so much attention to it. I would
Uh-huh.
just collect them, keep them, and and then in class 5, I met few other friends of mine who used to draw all those characters like X-Men, like Wolverine, and
Yeah.
all those
Mm-hmm.
characters, and they used to sell it
Oh,
like for $10, $5, like
okay.
one character art like that. So I got really inspired. I was like, dude, you guys are making money just by drawing.
Yeah.
I want to do that too. So I used to buy those and like draw and try to copy those and sell them again.
Wow.
So that was just for like ice cream and canteen money, but that was in class
Yeah.
5 and 6.
But that, obviously, and that would be around somewhere in, early 2000s.
Yeah.
So definitely that was a huge thing to be there by then already. It was already getting into the pathway, but you never really noticed. Like,
Yeah,
yeah, those
exactly.
were the milestones probably.
Yeah,
Being
probably,
such a
yes.
young.
Yes, I would say that, yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
But back then things were very different,
very,
and
very different, definitely, obviously. So who was your teacher?
like I never like teacher as in, so we all had this basic level art class in our schools. Remember, where you used to get
Ah,
just enough to pass.
part,
Like
yeah.
the teacher would be like, "Yeah, come, okay, you did good. Yeah, very good. Pat your back and like give you a B+ or something."
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the closest thing to an art class for me.
Okay, okay. So you are not really professionally trained. You
No,
are self-made.
yeah, I'm a self-taught artist.
Wow, bingo. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we had this teacher. His name was Bhupen Hazarika.
Wow.
All right, even
Okay.
his name was Bhupen Hazarika. He used to
Hmm.
come all the way from Kamakhya, I think, in a old scooter. He
Okay.
would come and teach us like art, and I would.
Sorry to interrupt, but which school are we talking about here?
I was in Maria's public school.
Acha, okay.
So he used to teach us art, and I was one of the few students who used to take his classes really seriously. And he
Mm.
would teach us like basic stuff, like how to draw a cow, how to draw a typical scenery with like a hut and a waterfall in it, like a
Ah.
stream going out. So so that was the level of like art classes that I been through.
Mm-hmm.
And so yeah, I used to like doing that. I used to draw, and he used to always be impressed and like, oh yeah, you get an A.
Mm.
Yes. He was a nice fellow. He passed away like many years back.
Oh my
He was
God,
quite
so
old
sorry.
back then also. But yeah, I really loved that person. He was like a very sweet person.
Mm-hmm.
And he would never discourage anyone. He would always, no matter how bad the student was, he would
Uh-huh.
always appreciate their art, no matter what.
Okay, so he was a teacher true to his soul, true to his
Yeah, it's like
word.
a true artist kind of teacher vibe, like
Yeah.
complete like a artist like vibe what you get from like a kindergarten teacher or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it was nice. It was nice. We even like in our school we had a lot of extracurriculars, and a lot of like our faculty also supported a lot of arts and crafts and
Mm-hmm.
other like creative outlets. So which was
Uh-huh.
quite encouraging.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is so necessary for the schools to actually encourage, extracurricular activities other than the
Yes.
academics, because that sort of relaxes the burden from the child's, no?
Yes,
Uh,
exactly. And you have more options. You never know if you don't try
exactly.
anything else, then you would never know what you're good at.
Right.
So, like growing up, you should be given like almost all the opportunities.
Yeah, you should be at least introduced to the books
Yes,
so that you can choose which one you like.
exactly.
Yeah. So, you opted for engineering initially and you chose
Yes,
not to continue with it. What,
yes.
in the first place, made you opt for engineering, and what gave you the strength to take a step ahead at what your heart called for?
All right. Okay. This one's a long one.
Yeah.
So, like I So I was kind of like you can say I was good in studies.
Mm-hmm.
So like science was my favorite subject.
Mm-hmm.
And I used to always like score really, really good marks. Like I was like a good student.
Mm-hmm.
And like I was also into extracurricular. Like I was like a ideal student who would do whatever is required and like keep his parents happy, his teachers happy,
Mm-hmm.
and all that stuff. And I was really focused also. So since class 10, I did like I passed. I scored really good number, and you know how the mentality works. If you score really good marks, then you usually go for
Opt for
science.
science, yeah.
Yeah. So
Peer
I but
pressure, sort of.
yeah, but I
Yeah.
personally like science, so
Mm-hmm.
I opted for science. I did my 11th, like the 12th in science. So I also scored like I scored quite good in 12th also.
Mm-hmm.
Then I was like, okay, naturally I'm scoring good, and all my friends are going into engineering. So I
Mm-hmm.
think I should also go for it.
Yeah.
And my
Yes.
parents were also like, yeah, go for engineering.
Go
I
for
did,
it. Yep.
yes, I did a lot of IIT like coaching and all those stuff also.
Mm-hmm.
But I also but then I also opted for architecture. I
Mm-hmm.
just thought that I'll just go for it and check it out how the thing works. So I gave the AIEEE architecture thing exam,
Mm-hmm.
and I scored really well. Like I had like a proper state ranking. I
Mm.
was like, and I also had a good national ranking also. Like I would have got admission to a very top in college. But
Wow.
then since all my friends were going for engineering, I was like, no, I'm going to do engineering.
Mm-hmm.
So I went for mechanical engineering.
Mm-hmm.
And then I later realized that engineering and science is not the same thing.
Not the same thing, right?
Not at all. So, and I realized this is not something that I should be doing.
Mm.
So I kind of was doing really bad. I was not doing good at it because it's somehow down the line. I just didn't like it.
Mm.
The way how like the syllabus was, how the modules were taught, and what I was studying, I was
Mm-hmm.
kind of like really put off. And I tried my best to actually cope up, but it was not happening for me at all.
Mm-hmm.
So I kept trying, and slowly I wanted to quit because it was really not working for me.
Okay.
But my parents won't let me quit because they had invested so much and they wanted me to complete this.
Exactly. They thought that
So,
pushing you forward would just make it work,
yeah,
but actually that was not the case.
exactly. I was just not
Mm.
cut out for it. Then slowly I went into depression,
Oh my God.
and but I was drawing all throughout the time. Like when like later I decided that I just out of boredom and out of not understanding anything in the classroom, I started drawing again. So from the
Wow.
time when I was in class 5 till college, I didn't draw. I stopped drawing. I forgot that there is a thing called art. I forgot that I can actually draw and like this is a thing actually.
Wow.
So I started drawing again.
Mm-hmm.
And every day for 8 hours or more than that, even more than that, I would just draw. I'll go to my class, I'll sit on the last bench and I'll just start drawing in my rough book.
Okay.
So I kept drawing, kept drawing, kept drawing. I had no idea what I was gonna do, and I just kept at it. And then slowly, what happened is like I started failing my exams. Even if I go to sit for like for my exams, I would just draw on my question paper and my answer sheets. And the
Oh
teachers
my
would
God.
actually like my drawing, so they would keep the answer sheet. They'll let me draw. They won't
Mm.
even like tell me like why I'm not writing or doing something. And like, yeah, that's a nice drawing. You just can I keep it? They're like,
Oh
yeah, sure.
wow.
So
Mm.
that's how I like got into drawing again, taught myself how to draw
Mm-hmm.
again,
Mm-hmm.
and
And sorry for interrupting again.
ha-
Which college are we talking about?
so I was in Royal,
Acha, Royal Group of Institutions.
yeah, but before that I was in Chennai SRM.
Okay.
But then I really fell ill there, and the flunking part started in SRM only. So,
Mm-hmm.
so my parents decided to get me back home.
Mm-hmm.
Then the same thing again repeated again. So it was like there's nothing wrong with the college. The thing was
Mm-hmm.
wrong with me.
Obviously.
All
Mm-hmm.
right. So then I started again, and Royal was like kind of like a very strict college. Once you go in, you cannot come out. It's like a school. Like
Yeah.
it's so damn strict. It didn't make sense. So I used to bunk my classes also all the time. I'll go to my friend's place and I'll just draw. I won't go for the exams. I'll just draw. Even when I came back home, I would just draw. And slowly, I started failing like badly. My parents would be like, "Why are you doing this? You're just drawing. You're not doing anything else." So for me, drawing was something which was kind of a rebellion, that I don't want to do this. I'm actually good at this and I can keep doing it. But they didn't understand. They were not that supportive. But then I got into depression. Then it became really bad. So I had to be like clinically diagnosed and all. And then I was on meds for a few years. So during that whole time, I just kept drawing to come out of depression. So drawing in a way kind of saved me. It was like a redemption for me.
It was your let out.
Yeah. So whatever things that I had inside me, I could just express it through my drawings. And I had no idea of art or drawing or whatever. I had no reference. I had no one to guide me or teach me. I was just learning and doing it by my own. And so, which was actually quite beneficial, because then I could like have my own style, because since I don't have a reference, I can build something of my own. So that way I got into this art thing. And this one fine day in like, I think, fourth year of engineering, and I had like shitload of like 2-3 files full of back papers, report cards and stuff. So a friend of mine tagged me in this Redbull's the Doodle art page.
Okay.
So they were having their first ever world championship in the year 2014.
Okay.
So I thought my friends were like, "Yeah, you should go for it. You'll definitely kill this. Like, go for it." So I just thought I'll just take part in the competition. I took part. So I won then I won the national round.
Yeah.
And after winning the national round, I got the opportunity to go for the international, which was held in Cape Town, South Africa.
Okay.
Then I also won the international. And then I finally became the first ever like world Doodle art champion and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And then I got my first contract from Redbull, like a first professional contract to work with them, like a limited edition T-shirt and prints and stuff like that. And after that, I just said to myself, like, screw this, I'm not gonna continue with this half-assed little engineering thing that I'm doing with no fucking future. Exactly. So I'm sorry, I'm cursing again.
Please be free. Feel free.
So after that, I just quit everything and I was like, I'm going to do this. So that platform, winning the competition, actually boosted my morale and actually gave me the confidence to like take this step. And my parents also finally agreed to it. They're like, okay, fine. I think you have proved your point.
Definitely.
So after that, just one thing led to the other, and like here I am doing what I like doing.
Wow, you had a really, really bumpy journey. So, art has been a blessing to you. How has it helped you throughout? We already know the fact that it was your let out and it was your savior in your early phase. What can we get out of it for your later ones?
I would say, like, art has taught me a way of living which I would never understand through any other perspective.
Definitely.
Like, because of this, like, art as a whole, I'm not talking about art as in like visual art. I'm talking about art as a whole, like the whole focus, the integrity, the hard work, the amount of like the whole passion and the whole lifestyle that surrounds a simple thing called art has actually shown me a whole new perspective. Like now I know how to appreciate a form of art. And now I know how to appreciate design. Now I know what like what to do, what not to do. So it has made me somewhat like it has given me a clarity,
Okay.
like a clear perspective to things,
Okay.
and because of which my interests, my I would say the how I articulate things, how I perceive things has changed, and it's kind of it now. It has more depth now.
Obviously.
Now I'm like it's very hard to explain.
Obviously.
Now I like to learn things.
Yeah.
Like it has made me more observant, and because of which I'm really grateful, because this has completely changed my life, and I'm so excited that I just want to know more. I want to see how far this will take me, and this is something I really look forward to.
Now, we all know that staying focused and motivated is always not possible, right? There are criticisms and negative thoughts at many a times. What has been your experience with it? Which is the best constructive criticism till date? Like, if you can be that specific, then wow.
Okay. Okay, this is a tough one then.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would say I myself has been have been the like sort of like a biggest critic to a lot like in many of the things that I've done till now. But apart from that, for me, art is something which needs to be like subjective and objective at the same time. So it has to appeal the most brightest of the minds. At the same time, it should appeal to the most simplest of all the minds.
Exactly.
So I don't consider like for me anything which is like a critical point of view would be coming as basic as I like it, I don't like it, because my whole journey was as like bit different, because I never got into an institution. I don't know the technicalities behind it. I'm still learning a lot of things. So for me, what makes sense is a 8-year-old coming and saying that I like this and I don't like this. This is like as good as any other critic for me. So I believe like anything which is like born out of pure, like it's not some clouded by anything. Like nobody has a perception of who am I, how am I made this, how did I made this, what is the standard of art or whatever like that. A perfect critic for me would be something unbiased and pure. And till now, whatever that I've got from my friends and family is always biased to some point because they know me personally.
Definitely, yeah.
So for me, I got like, yeah, many times in few of my exhibitions, like if one or two kids don't like it, if any of the younger people who come, kids, they are not appealed by it, even if they don't understand it, that's the point where something might have gone wrong.
Yeah.
So my point of analysis comes from like a child, like an 8-year-old or a 10-year-old or something like that.
Yeah, definitely. You won the World Doodle Art Championship in 2014.
Yeah.
And definitely, many of us don't know the meaning of doodle, right? So can you let our viewers know the true meaning of it? Doodle
All right.
art.
So doodling and art, like doodling is not a proper art form, or it's not considered an art form at all. It's not even anything close to that. It's just that it's a newly like a trendy thing that's been happening, and just a style which was born out of sort of like caricature and illustration, which was fun. But doodle in its true essence is somewhere between a scribble and a drawing. So scribble is completely mindless, and a drawing is completely focused. And a doodling is somewhere in between. It's not as mindless as scribbling, and it's not as focused as drawing. All right. So what happens is your mind is preoccupied with something else, but a part of your mind is also focused on drawing something involuntarily. So that is what Doodle is in a nutshell. So it's kind of like a mental exercise. So it's kind of a active form of meditation, which helps you think better. So any action that you do while your mind is like semi-focused or half-focused falls under the category of doodling.
Okay. So we have seen you sharing the stage with Amitabh Bachchan, sir, and getting applauded by him. How would you like to express your feeling at that moment?
All right, so that was the second time I met him. Okay. I met him once before. He has one of my drawings with him. Wow. And I think it was back in 2015, I think, in NDTV Youth Conclave. And where I got the opportunity to meet him, and we talked, and I gave him one of my drawings. I explained what was the concept behind it. He was really fascinated by it. And the first time we met, he was my friend Tara was there, Tara Roy from NDTV. So she was there. She was the one who introduced me to him. And she was like, he is the world champion in doodling. And Amitabh sir was like, oh, is that so? Well, then it's an honor to meet you, sir. Oh my God. I was going to say that. That was my line. And he says that to me. So, and I was like, oh shit, I just got caught off guard. What do I say now?
You don't know how to reply to that.
So I just nodded and we talked for some time, and I kind of freaked out, but then it was fine. And then he really liked my artwork. We talked for some time, and then that was first time. Second time we met was during this NDTV tele-marathon, which was happening in Bombay. Okay. So it was like a cleanliness promoting program which ran for 12 hours straight. Okay. And Amitabh Bachchan was hosting it. So me and him both were the only two people who were constantly there on the stage for 12 straight hours. Okay. So I was painting and he was hosting the show, and we saw each other first time, and then I nodded to him, he also nodded to me, and it's then he came around in between the takes, in between the interviews, and then he's like, hey, how are you? I was like, hey, hello, sir. I think you don't remember me, but we have met before. He's like, no, I remember you. You had long hair back then, right?
Oh, my God.
I was like, yes, sir. You have a good memory.
Definitely.
And then, we just talked for some time. I showed him the painting. He appreciated. He was like, yes, it's like a metaphor, how children should be made aware of what their footprints are, how nature works, and how they should actually support nature as a whole to sustain them in the future. So that was the painting, which was that was the concept of the painting which I did, and he really loved it. He appreciated it, and it was auctioned off for a charity. It was like a charity auction thing. Okay. And pretty much that's it. That's the second time I met him.
Okay. So that was really amazing to have been recognized by a international artist, actor, right?
Yeah, it's something good to look back at.
Exactly. It must have been an amazing memory in your book of memories. Yeah. So we know you are a creator of designs for Adidas brand. And everyone knows how cool it is to have a shoe from Adidas, and especially designed by Santanu Hazarika. Can you elaborate the story behind getting into Adidas?
So, I don't do sneaker designs as such, but I have worked with Adidas in many of the campaigns, and I do customizations, and I have just one-of-one pieces, just one-of-one shoe designs for for campaigns and for the activations and like clients. So with Adidas, I did a special collaboration for the release of Oswegos. So every time you get an Oswego, and all the stores in India, all the original stores has my artworks in them.
Okay.
And apart from that, I also did for Ultra Boost 20 launch and live customization there.
Wow.
And I've done a lot of online promotion for them, online content like art wise for them, and mostly creatives. Apart from that, I did a creatives collective workshop with Adidas Originals on Doodle art in Bombay. So yeah, a lot of stuff like this keeps happening with Adidas. But apart from Adidas, I also worked with Reebok. Recently, I was working I worked with Converse.
Wow.
So in future, maybe there's something else also cooking in the pipes. Let's see how it turns out. And yeah, I've done a lot of customization for Redbull. Like for sneakers, like I did one for KL Rahul. I did one for CS Santosh.
Wow.
And yeah, pretty much, yeah. And like then there's Divine, which is there because of the lockdown. I couldn't do anything more. But yeah, pretty much those are things. And there was actually a fun little thing which is coming out with Adidas, but with the whole Corona and this unfortunate situation, everything got on hold.
Oh my God. Yeah, definitely. So Divine thing was our next, highlights. You have designed for various artists like Raftaar, Divine, Ritviz, with whom you had the best experience of working, and which is the best design you think you have created while working with them?
Acha, so see, I really love the vibe of Raftaar, and Ritviz is like a very, very, very good homie, like a good friend, like very good friend of mine. So, so Ritviz is kind of like his whole visual identity is like my little baby.
Okay.
So, yeah, so like throughout his all the album artworks that you see, the whole visual identity that has been built up, the colors, the album art, the visuals, apart from the music videos, these are all done by me. So, so Ritviz's first album artwork, which was Fade, and everything after that, like the toe posters, his clothes, and some way or the other, and like his everything was made by me. And like I have taken him as a big project for me. Like I love his vibe. I love working with him right now, and like I think tomorrow only you're gonna see another new artwork that I did for him for for his him and Love. If you know, there's another artist LAUV.
Okay, Love. Yeah.
So they're releasing a new song, like a remix version of the song. So I'm gonna put that up. Then there's a lot of more stuff coming up from Ritviz side, and Raftaar is another. One of the most down to earth and a very cool person to work with. I did his first album art, like for his first album, which came out I think 2 years back, which was Zero to Infinity.
Yeah,
and some of his mug design. Also the logo design for his label called Kalamkar.
Yeah.
So that has also been done by me.
Wow.
And and with Ritviz, we were actually planning to drop some more merchandises and like a lot more stuff, but unfortunately it couldn't happen because of Corona.
Yeah.
And and with Divine, I did a custom Redbull cooler.
Okay.
Like a Redbull custom cooler, which is there at Gully Gang's head office, Bombay. So I think those are pretty much the stuff that I've been doing around.
Wow, these were amazing. You are known for your art, so could you tell us of each major event and the platforms which gave you a chance to interact with majority of the audience?
So like platforms are quite important for like exposure, provided you have a good experience while working with the platform itself.
Definitely.
So for me, the first platform would be definitely Red Bull. Like I'm really, really grateful for everything that they have done for me as a brand and how they have promoted this whole doodle art. And I am where I am because of the World Championship and how they had supported me.
Exactly.
And even now, I'm like the go-to person for all the art-related projects in India. If they need something fixing up, or if they need something like gifting to someone. So I think platforms, Red Bull would be one. Red Bull Doodle Art Championship will be one.
Okay.
Then back in Assam, Ranjan was doing Metropolis.
Okay.
So when Metropolis was there, we were really working with closely with Ranjan Da, and that as a whole, that whole festival which was there happening back then was a very big platform from all the artists in Northeast. And I believe if it was there, it would have made it would have really uplifted the morale of a lot of artists and creative people in Northeast, because there's not many platforms like that.
Exactly.
And and then there would be, I worked with even the Ministry of Culture, Ladikal Academy. So that is there. I curated a show. I did an exhibition. I put up an entire exhibit based on Northeast art and modern art, like contemporary and digital art.
Okay.
And getting a lot of artists from our side. And Adidas is, of course, they are there supporting with the whole Creators Collective and the creative team. And for me, I would say these brands are quite good as a platform to collaborate, provided you get compensated for how hard you've worked for.
Exactly.
And apart from that, I would say... pretty much those were a few of the platforms which really helped me out. I can't recall as such because there's so many stuff that happened. And then, I would say those are a few of them. Then I can't recall. Shit.
Yeah, that's totally fine.
Then there are a few arts residencies which were happening. Then I did one I was part of a creative workshop art thing and mural art drive back in Russia.
Okay.
In Siberia. It was in a city called Omsk in Siberia. So I spent some time there. I did a lot of artwork around the city and made a lot of Assamese inspired art, Assam inspired art there, and a lot of calligraphic stuff, which is there all the way in Siberia. And I don't know if anyone would actually go and see that, but that's the whole fun of that's the whole thing about art. It's so random. And I think those were a few of the platforms that really helped me out.
Okay.
Apart from that, I've done a lot of projects, as in I would pitch the idea myself. I would take the lead and I would do it from my end. I don't wait around for opportunities. Of course, they're there.
Definitely.
But mostly brand association has been really helpful for me till now. Red Bull, Adidas, Converse, whatever brand it is. But mostly Red Bull, yes, of course.
Okay. So you were abruptly influenced by pop culture. So what steps needs to be taken to increase the pop culture in our society according to you?
Well, pop culture, in a way, pop culture is something that you don't have to influence it. It's something which is born out of it, out of pure popularity. Pop means popular, the popular.
Exactly.
So pop culture as a whole is something which has always existed. like in music, or now it's memes. Like before it was something else. So
Exactly.
these are all fads, and these are all, the pop culture would always be there. The
Mm-hmm.
thing is, it'll just keep on changing. And
Yeah.
it's up to you, how do you perceive the pop culture?
Mm-hmm.
Like at during that, maybe pop art is there. Pop art is
Mm-hmm.
again influenced by the pop, like the pop culture that is around.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of artists. So I would suggest, if you want to be like get into pop art as a whole, then you must be familiar with what's happening around you,
Mm-hmm.
around your society, around the world, around the whole, like the entire culture.
Mm-hmm.
So you need to have an overview of every section of the society. It shouldn't be just about one part of it.
Okay.
That's how you encompass an entire popularity, like an entire popular notion of things.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I think that's the way to go about it. And right now we have internet. I think everyone's pretty much aware of what's in or what's pop.
Yeah, exactly. Trends come and go every seasons, right?
Yeah,
They just
exactly.
keeps
It's
on
like a wave. You
changing.
must know how to ride it, or you just make
Exactly.
your own wave.
Yeah. Life has been, this is what drives the life, sort of.
Yeah.
Yeah. We all know that the Amazon of the East is facing grave danger.
Hmm.
All wildlife is at stake, right?
Hmm.
What measures have you, as an artist, is decided to take up to put up a fight against it and spread awareness amongst the community?
So right now, I recently got about this, like I heard about this,
Mhm.
and I personally right now I'm sharing as much as information I can get
Okay.
through my channels or through my social media,
Mm-hmm.
because right now I'm quite limited. I can't travel around. I
Definitely.
can't do a
Mm-hmm.
lot of things because of the whole lockdown.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm also working on few artworks which I plan to start putting up,
Mm-hmm.
and like Guwahati Art Project. So
Mm-hmm.
that is another like initiative taken by me, Abhishek, Prantar, and Amolendu,
Mm-hmm.
and our late friend Draco Ajay.
Okay.
So we have started this initiative. So Guwahati Art Project, we have done like a hashtag thing where we are asking artists to speak through art about this
Mm-hmm.
whole situation.
Okay.
So there have been a lot of people, a lot of artists, a lot of local community people, like local artists that they've been putting up posts
Mm-hmm.
again and again out there so that everyone knows about what's happening. And
Mm-hmm.
it's quite working, because I've seen artists who are not from our part, like not from Northeast or that side, and they are actually supporting the cause. Right
Mm-hmm.
now, it has gained quite a lot of traction, but we need more. And this
Mm-hmm.
is the most we can do from our end right now, but given the situation that we are in right now.
Mm-hmm.
But I think, yeah, that's what's going around. That's what's happening.
Mm-hmm. So definitely coming from an artist, it would be smearing colors into the patches where, color has been tried to get drained out of.
I think here most like the situation is like trying to hold the canvas from being
True,
torn.
true, true. Very true, very true. Yeah. So, last but not least, what would you recommend to our viewers in pursuing their dreams?
I would say, see, like a lot of people, they put up a question that, okay, they, I don't know, they reaffirm their self by saying that, or maybe they put themselves down by saying that, okay, he got lucky or she
Yeah.
got lucky.
Mm-hmm.
But that's the thing, nobody gets lucky.
Mm-hmm.
You have to work hard no matter what,
Definitely.
just to get that opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
When you get that opportunity, if you have really worked hard, you will shine in
Definitely.
that opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
And you can't predict when that will come. It
Mm-hmm.
might be in like 1 year, 2 days, it might be in 10 years. But the point is, the only key ingredient in the entire equation is you need to keep at it. You need to keep working. You need to keep making what you love. You have to keep doing what you love. So that's what luck is. The opportunity, when opportunity comes and you are able to shine and perform and give your 200%, that's what luck is, nothing else.
Yes.
And luck is made. It's not something that'll just fall on your lap. You make your own luck. And this is what I really believe. And so I would say to all the artists or whoever is there, because I know growing up in a part like in Guwahati or in Assam, it's quite difficult because there is no industry, there is no one to look up to, because I never knew there was, like, I had no one to look up to. So it becomes quite difficult. But the thing is, you just have to keep doing. That's it. There's no other way. There's no other shortcuts. There's no other easy way out. There's no other secret mantra or whatever. It's just pure hard work and persistence and determination.
At the end, you have to pave your own pathways. No one else is going to do it.
Exactly.
Yeah. So now we have the rapid fire round.
All right.
Ready?
Wait.
Your favorite hobby apart from art?
It has to be music.
Wow. The artist you would like to work with?
James Jean and Takeshi Murakami.
Wow. Your favorite apparel? Shoe, jacket, shirt?
Everything, entire thing. But I love shoes. I am crazy about shoes. That's like my cocaine, you could say.
Oh my God, your Instagram feed clearly shows that though. Yeah. Last song you listened to?
Last song I listened to would be, I think, oh shit. Let me just recall. Last song that I listened to, I think would be, it was King Crimson.
Okay.
Starless and Bible Black.
Wow, okay. Any place you go to look for peace?
Any place I go to look for peace? Yeah, I listen to a lot of podcasts.
Okay.
I listened to this one particular one called Philosophize This.
Okay.
And like philosophy as a whole, the narration and like the whole dialogue is something that I go to whenever I need peace.
Okay. Beach or mountains?
Mountains.
Wow, definitely. Country you would love to travel?
Japan.
Tea or coffee?
Tea.
Good morning. Movies or books?
Movies. I was never into books.
Expected. Okay. So, yeah, here we come to an end with our today's session. Thanks a lot, sir, for giving your time.
Thank you for having me. It was really nice talking.
Oh my God!
I really mean that, because since lockdown I have not been very social or very vocal about things. So
God, yeah. I get you. I get you so much.
Thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you for being with us. Thank you for giving us your time. Thank you for just letting yourself out.
Thank you so much for having me again. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
It was
Thank
nice.
you.
Have a good night.
Thank you. And sir, please stay home, stay safe.
Definitely.
I just hope...
I gotta make more art.
Yeah, definitely. Just keep doodling and making amazing stuff, mesmerizing us.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, bye.
Bye, sir. So here we come to the end of our today's mic session. I hope you guys enjoyed and got an insight into the vibrant world of doodling and illustrations. Thank you for your valuable time. So do like, share and subscribe to Inspiring Words and you can listen to this mic session on Spotify as well. And for all the readers, the conversation is available on our blog and all our links in the description. So keep supporting and creating. Ciao!